All right, so welcome to our technical analysis session. What we're just going to discuss is, quickly an overview of what Bitcoin is going to do, the stock market, and then also we're going to go over a couple of charts to see, opportunities coming into next week. We have a busy schedule in regards to like Fed meetings and events. So we're going to check that out as well and see what we can play in the coming weeks or months. So we're going to start with Bitcoin right now. So what I usually do is just go over the weekly chart and see what it did for past couple of weeks. Obviously, we have identified we are in a downtrend. A couple of rejections right here. Rejection right here as well. Strong leg down. And a rejection of the 24,000 level. All right, coming into the daily chart, I'm just going to reset the chart real quick. So now we have a breakdown of this upper channel, and we have a violation around, I would say 23,000. So that will be our next resistance. No. Now I'm just going to put it at 22,500. There we go. So we can probably identify this as a resistance. And so if ever it goes break down, we can retest this area and then move back down. So now we want to identify where it will bounce next. I believe it will be here. So we're going to put that as support. Also, I think that, in my experience with Bitcoin, this could be a level of demand as well. Coming into next week. This one right here. So we have a couple of averages right here on the daily. So I'm just going to put this one maybe right here to get a good average. So that'll be 18,900 as support. And then we'll probably touch this area right here. And then move back up. And then obviously we can put this area right here as a sell zone. And we can also put a little bit of area of interest right here. Something like that. So we can have two theories, right? So this will be an area of supply. Obviously, we have a couple of orders right here, and then we have a strong resistance right here. And coincidentally, it will be testing this bearish trend line. So for now, I think short-term target will be 18,979. Anything below that one, we would have to look at it historically Let's see. I would I wouldn't really call this a support because that's just a there's this liquidity area right here that's so huge that this little wick, it's just not enough to be like a good bounce. So anything that's a bounce will be over here because this hasn't been really tested. This one has been tested quite enough. So now I'm just gonna go over the weekly chart again because I can't really see it on daily. But there's this huge candle right here, this red candle. This is what I call this area right here. I would like to identify this one as a demand zone. So with experience, it's very challenging to see this area right here. Sorry guys. But so we're gonna build my demand zone right now. So this is called the distal level, and then we're gonna have the top, which is it's called proximal level, and this area right here would be the base. So that's what's building a demand zone, because this is also a historical area of an all-time high previously in 2017. So it is an area of, this is a key level area. So we would know that, we could bounce off right here. So that's between, 20K to 15K or 16K, sorry. So anything in this area right here, we would see like a retest of the trend line and possibly, break out of this downtrend. Oops. We are also very close to the apex of this downtrend. So this demand zone could really help us, build our positions in case Bitcoin does, break out on this bearish trend line. And this has been going on for like quite some time. So that was November 2021 up until today. That's about 290 days. So almost a year now. So right now, short term, I'm looking to target 18,900 for Bitcoin. And then from there, we're just gonna play by momentum. Another thing is my sentiment is bearish because of the stock market. So for those of you who don't know, this is the index for the S&P 500, which is a composition of the top 500 companies in the United States. Last Friday, we had this huge crash after the Jackson Hole, Federal Reserve meeting. and almost like uh, it was recorded as a 3% decline, I believe. So it opened right here, and then it closed. Oh, yeah, so a 3% decline on a Friday. You know, uh, Jerome Powell was very careful with his words, but obviously that didn't turn out too well for the market, so it just tanked. But on a technical standpoint, again, I'm looking at the daily chart right now. I've been charting this one for quite a while. So we have this initial right here, a second one retest right here, and finally hammer time. It did break down, and a couple levels that I'm looking at right now is 400s, right, for the S&P 500, which is, I think, is achievable by Monday or anytime next week. So we are looking at a decline of, almost 1% for the stock market, and that could mean like trillions or if not billions for the crypto market. So price action would say, so there's a rejection on this bearish trend line. It was testing the support. I wanted it to retrace to the 3.82 retracement level, which is, I'll show you one right now. This was the low, and it only tested the 50 Fibonacci line. So we have a little bit of gap that we need to fill, but I thought that we could just tap the golden reversal, which is the 3.82 area, but it didn't. So now it is breaking down quite strongly, in fact. And now we're looking at a movement like this. So right now it's testing the 1.38. So I'm guessing it'll bounce right off the 1.5 and then retest this area right here, which is the 411, and go and break down back again. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at for the stock market, as well as the crypto market overall. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions? So no questions. I'll just proceed into looking at possible plays for next week. So I always like to start my charts clean. So we're just gonna go over my watch list right now. So we have my indexes, my main cryptos, high priorities, the active trades, and now we're gonna look at watch list number 1, which is a composition of the high volume crypto pairs, which are mainly like the OGs, Atom, Doge, mostly top 100 crypto. Saintly DXY. Let's see. I haven't been looking at DXY, to be honest. Where's DXY? So we're gonna start clean on DXY. No indicators. So we're gonna start at the daily chart. Want to identify the trend. So we have a bullish momentum right here. Oh wow. So basically, it doesn't have enough history. Or I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with Dixie. So right now we have a supply right here. We have this wick. That could be our indicator. And I'm just going to extend it right now. So I think Dixie could sometimes be correlated with the S&P 500. Obviously, if the dollar index goes up, everything goes down. But it's not even really correlated most of the time. But I think this will be a rejection. Or we could break this all-time high. Can you even trade Dixie somewhere? I don't even know. So Saintly, I think we'll reject on this area right here, 109. What Saintly said, just look at for Dixie for BTC moves. Historically, that is true. Every time Dixie goes up, obviously everything goes down. So going back into looking at a couple of possible trades. I'm just gonna start with some huge volumes. Or maybe like a change. So this is what I do when I'm trying to look and scan for possible opportunities for shorts or for longs. For now, mostly we're going to look for shorts, obviously, because the market is downtrending and breaking down. So what I do is I just change this order into whatever is positive currently, or you know what, like this one, it's up 10%. Maybe I could see a opportunity. I can see it's low liquidity, so I'm just So obviously watch list 2 is, the low liquid pairs, but they could, potentially, uh, move higher because they have low float. Just gonna move some of them upstairs. Yeah, right. Nothing right now because it's Saturday. So EOS, I'm gonna start with the daily. This one is a good one. So I'm identifying the current trend, and now I'm gonna look for a good entry. Looking at the 4-hour. Just gonna give this one a room. So we have a downtrend. Right here. So now we're looking at a retest of this area. So obviously it bounced right here. Support. Now we're going to cover for resistance. Oof. So hard, so hard. So what this means is, here's the downtrend last Friday, and then we could retest this area right here for resistance and possibly move back down. All the way right here. So that's a good 10% move, or 95 actually on a 10x. And if it does test this trend line right here, maybe 140, 150, depends. So for now, that's a good area of target price. And then maybe around here somewhere. And then, well, that depends. If it bounces right here, it wouldn't be a good short to hold. But if it does violate this this trend line right here, then we could be seeing a couple of really good targets. Right? So these are, now remember, these targets are support. Okay? These are possible areas of bounce for this pair. So we're just going to go full bear mode, if ever. Something like that. But that'll be too much. So for now, these are good targets right now. If this trade is only good if it does retest this area right here and you get a good entry on 1653 to 1624. I'm just gonna write that down. All right, next. So I'm just looking at what I see first with my eye. So here's a violation of support. So I see this base right here, which is a demand zone. See that? So we have a distal, we have a proximal. So that is our base right now. So looks, if it does retest this area right here, there's not a lot of support, so we could see a touch of this demand zone right here, which is a good, if ever, if it does push up and retest on a 10x, that'll be, what is that? 2700? So look for an entry right here. Whoa. What happened here? Yeah, I'm just gonna skip that one. I don't like this one. I'll skip this one. CTK, whoa. Did this really happen on Binance? Actually, I know these three are no good for watch this one. Why are they even here? Oh, this is a good one. So there's a huge imbalance on Atom. So usually when I do it is when I see a huge imbalance, I use the Fibonacci. So I think we can see a breakdown, actually a test of this area. Imbalance is, so this is what trading looks like, this one right here. But an imbalance is when there's a huge influx of orders. So usually it's so huge orders right here, like this candle right here. That's where this candle, it says right here. I'm just gonna remove that one. But basically it's huge candles. This is an imbalance, which means it's a huge buy order right here, huge buy order, huge sell order. It's just basically big ass long candles. That's an imbalance. It just means that there's more orders that were fulfilled during that time. See right here, we have huge red candles right here. So basically, we have no green candles, which is imbalance. And a market compromises of buy and sell orders. So if there's an imbalance, there's a huge move to whatever the imbalance is. So right now, this imbalance right here is based on sellers, and now the market is trying to like balance it out. So that's why we have a correction on this imbalance right here. So usually I go for the 50 or the 382, which is, the 382 would be a great ideal reversal point for us. And then back down right here. And then so on and so forth. So we have a good supply right here. And then this will be a target, obviously. I'll just put it right here just so. Price. Target price. There. I might trade this one. This is a really good pair. So I'm going to put this one on EOS as well. Put that there. This one is no, I'm not gonna put that one. What other pairs are you guys looking at? Let me know in the chat. AAVE. Where is it? Why do I not have AAVE? Just gonna use Binance. Going into, wait. Well, what is this candle right here? Is this real? Wow, this is weird. Uh, Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. Just gonna do this one real quick because I think my battery is dying. So, right, daily chart. Actually, I'm just gonna remove everything. Is this a new coin? Yeah, so many coins nowadays. So historically, right here. So we have a out of the ordinary pump right here, as well as this one. Did that even happen in real time? So we have two deviations. I'm not sure if they're real. I mean, this is real for sure. I'm not sure about this one. And then we have a violation of a downtrend trend line. So now it's consolidating on this area. So this trend line no longer works. So we're going to work with the 4-hour. So we have, oh, actually, it's a good zone right here. It's a good buy zone. Small deviation again on this area right here. We have a good, where are you, man? So looking for a retest on this area. Oh, cool. I knew it. Nice. So as you can see right here, downtrend. There's a good rare area right here. This area right here. I think that's between 89 and 88. That could be a good entry. And then this will be obviously your target. I might have two targets actually. So this one right here. And this one right here. Nice. This one is a good one. But I'm not sure. Why is there... Oh, this one happened Friday. Gotcha. So this is... I'm really concerned about these wicks right here. Out of the ordinary wicks. It's just annoying. Because whenever you... Let's say you put a entry right here and it does a wick like that. That's a stop hunt. Basically gets you out of the trade and then poof, just goes the way that it's supposed to go. But you're no longer in that trade. Alright, cool. Next one is ADA. ADA. All right, cool. So again, that was a previous support that was broken. Actually, it wasn't really a support because it just violated straight out right here, but it was a deviation. It never really closed below. Actually, it might did. It might did. This one right here. But it did bounce. So I think this will be a good entry. So the only reasonable target right now is this one. And then this will be your entry. $4,607 to 45. How much is that? That's a good 50%, 51% on the 10x. Alright, cool. Moving forward. Oh. If it does extend, you know, outside of this target price, I might have another one right here. Oh. Yeah, boy. Very low Fibonacci. There we go. Yeah. If it does a sell-off, 100% on a 10x. Actually, that's a lot of money for ADA. I think ADA has 75x. Ooh. So I'm gonna put this one up now, right there. Matic. I don't know why I did that first. So we have support, which is a good target right now for Matic. Start with the daily. Again, the Fibonacci. So we're looking at, there's a small supply right here. And as you can see, there's this wick right here. So that's my confirmation. But the bigger entry would be right here. That's a huge margin, actually. So you would need to risk 30% to get orders on this area, which is pretty hefty. But it could be rewarding, you know, if you get an average of 91 cents, and if it does break down, that's 210. 200% return on a 10x. So Usually what happens is there's a cool off on the dominance. So as long as we stay low on the dominance level, then everything could, do its own independently without BTC doing major moves. So BTC could just like consolidate, and alts could make their moves. And there's another one right here. This is also an index of all altcoins in perpetual. And you can also, you've already felt this one because, alts have already died following Jackson Hole meeting. But this was the Jackson Hole meeting right here. So alts could go much more lower. So about 70% lower. Yeah, that could mean like a whole lot of the altcoins could just kill themselves 70% of their value. I don't think we'll see 23K again. Well, actually, 23. Where are you? Yeah, there's no way. 23K. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. 22,500. But mind you, there's a supply right here. This one right here. What was that? 21,800, 25,500. 21. What? 21,500. Oh, it's right here. So I can see a good case of bounce would be this area right here. In the theory of the Fibonacci, and the theory of supply and demand, we'll see 22,800, like 2,200. All right, guys. Any other questions? I might have to cut it right here because my headset is tripping. All right, one last. Fill. Yeah, this is already a demand zone. Whoa. Is that an all-time low? That is insane. I actually have this one as a metaverse play. No, actually Web 3. Web 3.0. Phil. I wanted to buy it because of Web 3.0, but they didn't have any other updates. Ugh. So obviously you'll see right here, this was previous support, right? That's previous support. Probably end up, actually that's too far out. So I'm gonna say that there's a small supply right here maybe. So that's yeah, I'm not gonna play this one, to be honest. Oh, actually, hold that thought. If you short this one and it just goes lower, wow, it just exponentially goes down. Because this has been tested 1, 2, 3, 4, and if it tests again for the 5th time, so the support is tested for the 5th time. That could mean just this support right here, this demand zone gets weaker and weaker and weaker every time it gets tested. So 1, 2. Ah. So this could be a weaker demand zone now and would just like break down. If this bearish trend line is strong, right? Little hammer right here. Alright. I think I'm gonna put this one on my watch list. So far I have these on my watch list. I'm gonna look for other opportunities and see if it fits our strategy. Alright guys, so that's it for now because my headset is tripping. But this session is recorded, so I'll give you guys the link to watch it again. And thank you guys for joining in. I'll see you next time. Any other questions, please feel free to put it on the chat, okay? Thank you guys.